Good evening, everyone. Good evening and Jai Hind. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So, I think I am now properly audible and visible to all of you. The UPSC notification has been released last day, and I hope you have gone through that session. Last day we have conducted this session about this examination, that how you have to fill the form, what other details you have to keep in mind. So that is something which we have discussed in the last session. Okay. Now, before going for this examination, like filling the form, I will suggest you that go through the notification clearly. There is a complete discussion in last video. Okay. Even after that, if you have some question, just mention it there in the comment box, and we will be coming with this option of reply on that also. Okay. Is there 2 or 3 updation in the revised NDC of India? Let me check about this, Megha. Like 3 things, 5 Panchratna were there. If India plans to revise its NDC, that will be made very much public. So let me check it again once tomorrow. If there is any change, I will update you. But till now, we were following this Panchamrit. If there is any change which has been approved by government, then we will look at this. Okay. Sir, OBC NCL certificate necessary for OBC candidates only if you want to get the benefit of reservation. If you want to avail the benefit of reservation, it is required, otherwise not. Okay. Good evening. Okay, so now let's discuss. Let's start with today's topic. Let us see the topics which we have for today. The first topic which we are going to discuss is cross-pathy. First topic is dedicated to the doctors, cross-pathy. Okay. The second topic which we have is whip in the Indian polity. Whip in Indian polity. So there is this one statement by Vice President of India. He said that whip is a prohibition on the freedom of expression of legislators. So we are going to discuss this whip also. The third thing which we are going to discuss is places in news. One is Syria, and we will also see this one country, Panama. We have already seen the Panama Canal, but we will also see this location of Panama, that what are the countries surrounding this one. Okay. Then we will talk about ramjet and scramjet engines. These are somehow you will find that in the last 1 year, there has been at least 3 or 4 mentions of these topics, ramjet and scramjet. So ramjet and scramjet is not a new topic. It has been there for some time, for 6-7 years, but now this is again getting the limelight. So we will talk about this ramjet and scramjet engine, that what is the difference between them. And then we will also see some practice questions based on environment January 2024. We have already seen around 9-10 questions from there. We will see 3-4 questions again from there. Okay. So yes, good evening. OBC certificate तहसीलदार से sanction हुआ था. Of course, तहसीलदार certificate is acceptable. Okay. तहसीलदार level certificate is acceptable. Okay. Now let us start today's session with some questions. First thing is, which of the following is not correct with respect to Indus Water Treaty? The first question is this: which of them is not correct with respect to Indus Water Treaty? That is our first question. It is saying it was brokered by World Bank. India has been given exclusive right over Satluj, Beas and Ravi. India can't use water of the 3 upper rivers. Permanent Indus Commission has been established to resolve disputes related to Indus Water Treaty. So here is this question number 1. This question number 1 with respect to Indus Water Treaty. Tell me about this. What will be the correct one here? Okay, some answers as option C, option C, option C. I think everyone is going for this option C. Okay, so that is correct also. If we look at this topic, it was brokered by World Bank. That is true. India has been given exclusive right over Satluj, Beas and Ravi. That is also true. India can use water of the three upper rivers for agriculture or for drinking water purposes. So this third statement is incorrect. Fourth one is correct, that permanent Indus Commission has been established to resolve disputes due to Indus Water Treaty. Okay. So these three options are correct. C option is incorrect. See the second question, again Mediterranean. We have discussed about this Mediterranean. So again, we have this question, which of the following countries share border with Mediterranean Sea? Italy, Cyprus, Ethiopia and Syria. So here we are having this one question, how many of them are sharing border with Mediterranean Sea? The first option is Italy, Cyprus, Ethiopia and Syria. I think here also I am getting the option C as the answer. Yes, I think everyone is going for this option C. And C is also the correct one. C is also the correct option. We can see Italy is there, Cyprus is there, Syria is there. Ethiopia is not part of this. Okay. Ethiopia is not sharing the border with, Mediterranean. So here the answer will be yes, option 3. Only 3 options are correct here. So this C option will be the correct one. Okay. Now, coming to the third question, which of the following pair is not correctly matched? Iduki Reservoir, Periyar River; Dodhan Dam, Betwa River; Sardar Sarovar Dam, Narmada River; Rattle Project, Chenab River. Look at this third question. Which of the following pair is not correctly matched? Iduki Reservoir, Periyar River. Then we have Dodhan Dam, Betwa River; Sardar Sarovar Dam, Narmada; and Rattle Project, Chenab River. So which one is incorrect? Question number 3. Which of them is not correctly matched? Okay, I think in this question number 3, I am getting options. Some answer as option B, option C, option B. Dodhan Dam is not located on Betwa. So I think everyone is going with option B. That is correct also. Dodhan Dam, if we look at this, it is there on Cane River. It is there on Cane River, not the Betwa River. So this one is incorrect. Apart from this, Sardar Sarovar Dam, Narmada River, Rattle Project, we have seen last day itself, Chenab River, Iduki Reservoir, Periyar River. So in past also they have given questions like this. So here again we have some reserves and the rivers on which they are lying. Okay. So answer here will be option B. One more question. How many of the following are members of World Health Organizations in the present time? India, US, Russia and China. Look at the question carefully. How many of them are members of World Health Organization in the present times? You have option India, US, Russia and China. 4 major countries. C option. Okay. Okay, one answer from Rahul as D. Disha is saying option C. Shiv Kumar also option C. Ritu is also saying option C. Okay, so I think most of the people are going for option C, or one answer as D also, other as B also. Now look at the question again. How many of them are the members of World Health Organization in the present times? India is a member, Russia is member, China is member. US, yes. It will not be a member from the next year. There is at least 1 year waiting time. So it will not be a member in the next year, that is 2026. But it will continue to be a member of World Health Organization also, and even Paris Treaty in the year of 2025. So in 2025, both these treaties will still have US as its member. So that's why this question is written in the present times. Okay, not useful for exam, but just checking your knowledge. Okay, so see this point, like in the present times, US is still a member. From next year, US will not be a member of World Health Organization. US will not be a member of Paris Treaty from the next year, that is 2026. Okay, so there is a 1 year cooling period during which they have to be member of this organization. So right now the answer will be option D. This is for 2025 only. This question is valid only for 2025. Next year it will change. Okay. So next year the answer will be C. Otherwise, till now we have the answer as D only. Okay. So next year it will be 3. Now let's start with this one, the topic cross-pathy. In next year, of course, it will be 3. So let's start with this one topic, cross-pathy. Now, why this is there in the news? There was an article which suggested that, or there was an article which was saying that in India, cross-pathy is being promoted by government. In India, it was said that cross-pathy is being promoted by the government. So what is cross-pathy? What is cross-pathy? Anyone? What is this cross-pathy? If we talk about this cross-pathy, so what is it? In India, if we talk about, generally, we have this one system, allopathy. Here we are having one system, allopathy. And then we have one another traditional system, which is now comprehensively called as Ayush. Ayush consists of Ayurveda, then Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. So these 5 are combined together called as Ayush. Okay. So now when we talk about cross-pathy, what is this? What is this cross-pathy? If we talk about cross-pathy, it means that a Ayush practitioner may also be able to prescribe allopathic medicine or vice versa. So what we will see that in case of this cross-pathy, a person, suppose he is a homeopathy doctor. So homeopathy doctor may also prescribe allopathy medicine. Now this is one thing which may be a common practice in many of the remote areas or many of the rural habitations or even in some smaller cities or larger cities also. But generally this is not allowed. Generally this is not allowed as a matter of law. As a matter of law, this is not allowed throughout India. Okay. In the past, there have been certain attempts at allowing this. Like there is one state, Maharashtra. So Maharashtra has introduced a law. In 2017 to allow for cross-pathy. But then Bombay High Court put a stay on this. So what has happened at Bombay High Court, the Bombay High Court, it has stayed this law, stay on the law. Okay. So right now what we see that this law has been stayed in Maharashtra. Previously also we see that there has been demands of cross-pathy throughout the country. Now recently there is one thing, there is recently this one part that Maharashtra Food and Drug Administration, okay, they have been allowed, like Maharashtra Food and Drug Administration, it has allowed the homeopathic doctors to prescribe allopathic medicine if they have done a certificate course in modern pharmacology. Okay. So what is the recent part, the recent context? Again we have this recent one change, there is a recent change, and that is again coming from Maharashtra, that is again coming from Maharashtra. So what is this change? There is a Maharashtra Food and Drug Administration, Maharashtra Food and Drug Administration, Food and Drug Administration. So they said that like a homeopathic doctor, a homeopathy doctor can prescribe allopathy, can prescribe allopathy. Now they have of course added a condition. The condition is requirement is certificate course in modern pharmacology. Okay. So it says that there is a requirement here, and that requirement is very much simple. That requirement is certificate course in modern pharmacology. So those who have done this certificate course, they have been allowed to give this allopathic medicine also. So this is one part. First we have seen what is cross-pathy. Cross-pathy is a practice in which a practitioner of homeopathy or any other system can also prescribe allopathic medicine or vice versa. Okay. Normally, of course, the allopathic doctors do not prescribe for homeopathy. Generally, it is seen that the homeopathic doctors may also be prescribing for some allopathic medicine. Okay. Now, this is something which has been like many of the state governments, they have been trying to introduce this in the states. Whenever it is done, there is a case which is filed against it, and in most of the cases there has been a stay. So as of now, as of today, throughout the country, this cross-pathy is considered as illegal. In the eye of law, it is considered as illegal. In most of the states, it is not allowed. Okay, there may be exceptions, but in general, it is not allowed. Okay. Now, what is the observation of Supreme Court? If we talk about Supreme Court, so see, in multiple judgments, Supreme Court has also stayed with this decision that cross-pathy should not be allowed. There was a case, Poonam Verma versus Ashwin Patel. In 1996, there was a case, Poonam Verma versus Ashwin Patel. Ashwin Patel. So this was one of the case there in 1996. And under this case, what happened that a homeopath doctor treated a patient with allopathic medication and the patient died. Okay. So after this, the Supreme Court said that the homeopath doctor is liable for punishment. Okay. So here Supreme Court said that homeopath doctor is liable for punishment. Liable for punishment. And after this, in many of the judgments, it has been made clear by judiciary that a person who is practicing homeopathy will not be allowed to do this allopathy medicine simultaneously. So this is one common practice which prevails in India. In general, it is not allowed. Now, why is the state government Why is the state government asking for this, or why some of the state governments are saying that we should have cross-pathy? What is the reason? What is the main reason? Okay. What is the factor? Factor for promotion. Why we are promoting this? Factor for promotion of cross-pathy. That why these state governments are promoting cross-pathy. What is the reason? One of the major thing is we are having lesser number of doctors. Okay, less number of doctors. Less number of doctors. So that is one of the major challenge. We are having less number of doctors, and in many rural areas, in many part of the country, there may not be that much availability of the doctors who are allopathy, who are doing allopathy. So normally we see that homeopathic doctors are quite frequent there, but allopathic doctors are few. Okay. Then we also see that there is a shortage of 80% specialist doctor. Okay. Shortage of 80%. Shortage of 80% specialist doctor. Specialist doctors. So this is one of the reason that some of the states are saying that those who are doing homeopathy, they also know about the functioning of the body. They also have this experience and they can prescribe allopathy. So it is something which is advocated by some of the states. But then we have seen that Bombay High Court and even Supreme Court has said that it should not be allowed. Now, if we talk about one more thing here, okay, if we see at one more thing here, recently there was a report by the government, like there was a recent report by government in July 2024 about the number of doctors in India. Although it is being claimed that there is less number of doctors, but government figure says something else. According to union government, if we talk about union government, so union government says that we have sufficient number of doctors. Okay. Union government says that our number of doctors is even better than WHO standard. Okay. According to WHO, the ratio should be 1:1000. 1:1000. Ratio of doctor to population. Ratio of doctor to population. This is the WHO standard. Now, according to union government, as of July 2024, as stated in Parliament, in India, this number is 1:834. So, 836. 836. So, this is the number of doctor in case of India. This is the number of doctors in case of India, that we have got one doctor per 836. So government has said officially that we have a better doctor to patient ratio or doctor to population ratio, not patient ratio, doctor to population ratio. And in this, it counts the number of Ayush doctors also. There are more than 13 lakh allopathic doctors and near about 5.5 lakh Ayush doctors. So if all of them is counted, that becomes near about 19 lakh. That becomes near about 19 to 20 lakh. So using that, government says that our ratio is better than the WHO standard. So this is one thing which has been told by the government in the parliament. Okay. Now, government has also said that in India, the number of medical college has also increased from 387 before 2014 to 731 as of now. Okay. So medical college, if we talk about this, medical college in 2014, the number of medical college was 387. Now in 2024, it is 731. It is 731. Even the number of MBBS seats have doubled. The number of MBBS seats have also doubled from approximately 51,348 here to near about 1,12,000 approximately. Okay. 1,12,000 approximately. Okay. So government is saying that number has increased now even in case of MBBS seats, in number of colleges also, in other infrastructure also. So while government is saying that we have sufficient number of doctors, some of the state governments are going for cross-pathy. Okay. So this is one of the issue which is prevailing in India right now. Over the last some years, many of the state governments and sometimes even the union government has been trying to promote cross-pathy. Okay. There are risks there, risks like it if the doctors are not having the proper knowledge, it may compromise with the health and life of the people. Okay. So even if we are going for it, there must be some certificate course, there must be some courses which should be given for this. Okay. Although Indian Medical Association outrightly rejects cross-pathy. So that is our first topic about cross-pathy. Okay. Paucity of judges in Supreme Court and doctors in hospital. Yes. Okay. So please suggest how much we should devote to CSAT. Daily 1 hour. Give daily 1 hour. Okay. Give daily 1 hour for CSAT also we will talk, and at the end of the session today, we will also be talking about the marathon session. Okay. That how we are going to proceed in that. So we will have a discussion on that at the end of the session today. Okay. Now, let's come to the second topic. Let's come to the second topic, which is whips in Indian polity. So, our Vice President, he has said that there is no such need of whips in the Indian polity. Whips are restricting the lawmakers' freedom. They are restricting the lawmakers' freedom. So, what exactly is whip? So, what is whip? Anyone? Any idea? What is this whip? I think in previous classes also we have discussed about this. So, can you tell me what is this whip? We are going to discuss this topic in detail about the whip. So, whip is basically a written order. It is a written order to abide by a certain decision. Okay. If you look at this, whip is a type of a written order to members of a political party. So it is basically a guideline which they have to abide by, means they have to follow this. The party members have to follow this. The party members have to follow it. They have to follow it. So first thing is, this is one thing which is a written order and all the party members have to follow this. Okay. Now this is one more part. There is one more part. There is an office of whip also. Generally, a senior person of the party is appointed as the whip of the party in a particular house, in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha or in state legislative assemblies also. Okay. So a person is appointed for issuing whip. So this is called as office of the whip. This is generally called as office of the whip in common parlance. In normal talking, in normal language, we call that as office of whip. Okay. Now the thing is there any law for it, or is it written in the rules of parliament, or is there anything with respect to the office of whip in the constitution? Okay. So if we look at this whip if we look at this part, this whip, no mention in constitution, no mention in constitution, any law of parliament, any law of parliament or rules of parliament. Okay. So it is not mentioned in the rules of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. It is not mentioned in any law of the parliament. It is not even mentioned in the constitution. So how this has originated? It has originated as part of a convention. Okay. So it is a parliamentary convention. Parliamentary convention. And we have got it from British. Derived from British politics. Okay. So it is also a, you can say, a colonial legacy for us. It is also a colonial legacy which we have been following, the office of whip. So office of whip is like giving an order to the party members. Like suppose there is a voting on a particular bill. Like suppose right now we have this one bill about simultaneous election. So if a party issues a whip, it means all the members of that party, they have to abide by the decision of the party. They have to vote in favor or against of that whip. In against of that bill as per the party's decision. If a party decides that we have to boycott this bill, all the members have to do the same thing. Okay. So whip is something which is a directive for the legislators that what you have to do. So this curtails the individual choice of legislator. So if we look at this, it is curtails the individual choice of legislators. Means now the MPs or the MLAs, they cannot make their own decision. They have to abide by the party's decision. Okay. And whips are also of three types. Okay. Like whips are something which is of three types. There is a one-line whip, a two-line whip, or a three-line whip. Okay. So you will find that there is one-line whip. One-line whip means one-line written order. Two-line whip or three-line whip. Three-line whip. So this is a normal convention. Okay. This is one thing. It is like informing the party members of a vote. Okay. So this is one thing, like this is one option. If there is a one-line vote, it is informed to the party members that they have to vote in a particular manner, and if they disagree, they can abstain. Okay. So information about vote, but provides the opportunity to abstain. Means a member can choose. Like suppose there is a member of any party and a whip has been issued, a one-line whip has been issued that you have to vote in favor of this bill. Now if that person does not agree with the bill, so he has this option that he can abstain from voting. Means he can say that okay, I am not voting, I am not in the support of this bill, so I am not voting, but he cannot vote against. Okay. Then there is two-line whip, which is like giving them this order to be present during the vote. Okay. So they have to be present during the vote. Present during the vote. So they have to be present during the vote. That is one two-line whip. Okay. Now, then there is a third-line vote. Third line whip. It is like a mandatory. It is the most strict, most mandatory direction to stick with the party line. A mandatory direction to stick with party line. Stick with party line means whatever party has decided, you have to be present also, you have to vote also in the favor of it. Okay. So in the 3-line whip, it is a mandatory that you have to stick with the party line, no exclusion, no alternative. Now here, do understand this one part. If any MP or MLA, if any MP or MLA goes against this, then anti-defection may be applied. Anti-defection may be applied. This anti-defection may be applied over that person. So if they are going against this decision, if they are going against the 3-line whip, then anti-defection may be applied. In other cases, it's not necessary that anti-defection will apply. The party can decide. The party may take a lenient approach, but if a person is not like obeying this 3-line whip, in that situation, that person can be removed from the post, and he can also be removed from the post of MP or MLA using the anti-defection law. So anti-defection law under the 10th schedule of Indian Constitution provides for this option, that if any member is not abiding by the decision of a party, then he will be disqualified under the anti-defection law. Okay. So there is one constitutional backing of this part, that is 10th schedule. We have the 10th schedule or anti-defection law for this one. Okay. So it is applicable in this case. Although in the 10th schedule there is no mention of whip, but yes, this provision is there that if a person is not agreeing by the choice of the party, then anti-defection may be applied over that person. Okay. It is there in anti-defection law. Okay. So this is one part which we see as part of 1-line, 2-line or 3-line whip. Okay. So this is one curtailing the freedom of legislators. This whip was supposed to be used to prevent this no confidence motion. It was supposed to be activated during the no confidence motion, but now it has become so much common that for each and everything, for each and every matter, the parties are using the whips. Okay. So that is a erosion of that power of legislators. Okay. So this is one thing. Yes. Anti-defection means they will be removed from the post of MP or MLA. Anti-defection is not simply removing from the party. Of course, they will be removed from party, or even they may be put under, they may still be the part of party, but if anti-defection is applied, it means they will no longer be MP or MLA. If anti-defection is applied, it means their membership will be gone. Their membership of the house will be gone. Okay. So that is the provision of anti-defection. I hope it's clear. Now, coming to the next topic, that is place in news, and we have one place, Syria. Okay. So now we have this one another news about Syria. Basically, what has happened that recently the Bashar al-Assad government, which was there in Syria, has been overthrown and a new government has been formed. But after formation of new government also, there is still rebel groups which are there in Syria and they are not happy with the new government. So let us look at Syria. Okay, if we look at this area, you can see it is sharing the border with Mediterranean on this side. Here we have Iraq. On this side we have Jordan. Here we have Lebanon, Israel. So Lebanon is there, Israel is there, Jordan is there, Iraq is there, and then Turkey is there. Okay. So these are the 5 countries. These are the 5 countries which are surrounding Syria. Okay. 5 countries. Syria has 5 letters and 5 neighboring countries also. 5 neighboring countries includes Israel, Jordan, Iraq, Lebanon and Turkey. It is also sharing border with this Mediterranean. Okay, so this is also sharing the border with Mediterranean Sea. So that is its country-wise location. You may also be asked about the important locations within Syria. So one of the location which is there is Damascus. Okay, and this is one region, Damascus, and that is another very important cities, Aleppo. Okay, so these two cities are very prominent, Damascus and Aleppo. They are very much prominent cities within Syria. So they can ask you about this. For Aleppo, they have asked in past also. Okay. There is also this one area. There is also this one area here. This area is called as Golan Heights. This area is called as Golan Heights. So it was part of Syria, but now it is occupied by Israel. This is a part of Syria, but under the occupation of Israel. Okay. So these are some of the prominent locations. First, the countries which are there, Turkey, Iraq, then we have Jordan, Israel, Lebanon. Mediterranean is also there, plus we have 3 important areas. One is Damascus, one is Aleppo, and other is this Golan Heights. There are other areas also like Dras and other sectors, but they are not very much important. Okay. So that is one place which we can see here. Okay. The second place which we have again in the news, and that is Panama. So why it is there in the news? Panama has said that they will approach the United Nations against US. Okay. So Panama is going to approach United Nations. Panama approaching United Nations against US. I think you know the reason why it is going for this. In the past also we have seen, this is the Panama Canal. This is the area Panama Canal. We have discussed about this in the past that during the 1914, US has constructed this, but as part of the treaty, as part of the Panama Treaty in 1999, it was given to Panama with a neutrality clause. But now US President, as he is trying to capture Greenland, Canada, so he is next looking to this portion of Panama Canal also. Okay. So that is one reason. Now, if you look at the neighboring countries here, one of the country which is neighboring is Colombia and another country is Costa Rica. So it has 2 neighboring countries. On one side we have this Costa Rica, on another side we have Colombia. Upper side we have Caribbean and this side we have Pacific Ocean. Okay. So it is a very, like, if you look at this country, it is quite long, but it is not wider. Okay. It is a long stretch of island connecting the North America and South America. It becomes part of this Central America. You can see here we have this Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, and then we have this one country, Colombia, and then that is the beginning of South America. Okay. So this Panama is here, this Panama Canal is here at this portion. Neighboring countries Costa Rica and Colombia. Okay. And these are the parts of this location of Central America. We have Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica and Panama. Okay. So that is one location which we have to see. 2 countries, both of them affected by US. Syria is also affected by US. Now Panama is the next one facing the challenge due to United States. Basically, most of the countries which are there, they are getting somehow affected by US and its changing politics. So right now, there is one country which has become more dangerous than China, and that is US. Okay. Now, let's discuss the next topic. There is one more smaller topic, jet, ramjet and scramjet. Okay. So can you tell me what is the difference between jet, ramjet and scramjet? Anyone? What is this difference between ramjet scramjet or jet engines. Jet engines are also called as turbojet. No idea? See, normally when we are talking about the jet engines, they are using the atmospheric jet. All these three, they are using atmospheric air, atmospheric, oxygen or air for combustion. They are using the atmospheric air or oxygen for combustion. In all these three, we find that there is use of this atmospheric oxygen for combustion. So now there is a difference in the design and the speed and the efficiency. There is a difference in design, speed and efficiency. Okay. You can see from this image itself, it is this side is inlet and this is output. So see, this first one which you can see here, the first one which you are seeing here, that is our jet or simply turbojet. That is our turbojet or turbofan. Okay. So when air is coming from this side, when the air is entering from this side, you will find that there is this one section of this jet engine which is called as the compressor. This one is called as compressor part. Okay. So what we see here, that compression is occurring at this portion, and here we are using the fans, or the turbines in order to reduce the speed of, in order to reduce and compress the gases. So here we are making use of these compressors or these turbines to compress the air. Why we are compressing the air? We are compressing the air to increase its temperature so that combustion can occur at this area. Okay. This compression increases the temperature. And due to this temperature, a combustion can start at this part. This is the combustion portion. So here we are having combustion in this turbojet. These are the combustion part. And this is the exhaust part. This here we see that exhaust. So jets are operating on this angle or on this property, the Newton's third law of motion, that if a force is being applied in this direction, that if a force is acting in this direction, a same equal force will be directed in the opposite direction. So gas is being ejected this side. What we see that here the gas is getting ejected and jet will be moving in this direction. Jet will be pushed ahead in this direction. So this is the property which is used in all these engines. Ramjet also, scramjet also, or jet engine also. But here we are using turbines in order to compress the gases. Now the problem is, this will not give very high speed. Here the exhaust is not so much high that it can get high speed. Okay. So in order to increase the speed, what we see that it has been a design change has been there, and that is our ramjet. This design change is there. You can see the ramjet. In the ramjet and the scramjet, you will find that no turbines are there. So as we come here, you will find that no turbines. In both these cases, there is no turbine. Now, this is designed in such a manner, the entire jet is designed in such a manner that the air gets compressed here itself. That air is getting compressed at these portions by the design of these planes. Okay. So this is a nozzle which opens in the forward direction, and this nozzle changes the amount of air or compresses the air. Now due to this compression, we see that here the temperature is very high and this ramjet can achieve a speed up to 3 to 6 Mach. It can achieve the speed up to 3 to 6 Mach. But remember one thing, this ramjet will be working at a higher speed. You will find that this will be operating at a supersonic speed. 1 Mach is the speed of sound. 1 Mach is equal to the speed of sound. So it will be operating at supersonic speed near about 3 to 6 Mach. And here we will get a higher thrust, and this will be moving at a very high speed. This will be moving at a very high speed. Okay. So it can achieve this supersonic speed here. Now there is another improvement in this engine, and that provides us this scramjet. Now what is the problem with ramjet? That after this 5 to 6 Mach, it becomes so much heated that its efficiency reduces. At 3 to 6 Mach, after 6 Machs, its efficiency reduces. Means it can go maximum up to supersonic speed. It can go maximum up to supersonic speed. So there is further change in the design, and this design provides for maximum exhaust. This provides for maximum exhaust, and compression is also done using the design of this scramjet engine itself. So in a scramjet, the speed can be 6 to 12 Mach. Okay. So a scramjet can attain this hypersonic speed. It can achieve this hypersonic speed. This one can achieve supersonic. Okay. But see, a very important point, this engine, the scramjet, will work only when we are reaching this 6 Mach. Means whenever we are using the hypersonic engine, we have to first reach to this portion. That can be done using a ramjet. So normally what happens that ramjets and scramjets are integrated together. They are integrated together so that first ramjet can provide a speed up to 3 to 6 Machs, and then it can change to a scramjet engine where speed can be 6 to 12 Mach. Okay. So these are the different type of engines. What you have to remember that in this case, it has a maximum speed of 3 to 6 Mach. Okay. It works at supersonic speed. It cannot be used during the onset of the engine. Both of them cannot be used. Both of them cannot be used to start an engine. To start an engine. This can be used when the speed is nearing about 3 Mach, and this can be used when the speed reaches up to 6 Mach. So that is the main thing about ramjet and scramjet. They are engines which use the atmospheric air for combustion, and in different designs we see that exhaust is high and accordingly the speed will be higher. Okay. So it will be moving at a speed of 6 to 12 Mach, here 3 to 6 Mach, and it is maximum going up to 3 to 3.5 Mach. Okay. Turbojet, it is going to 0 to 3.5 Mach. Okay. So this is how the engines operate: turbojet, scramjet, ramjet. Okay. These are three engines. I hope it is clear. Now ISRO is also developing them. ISRO is also developing them so that we can use them in our launch vehicles. In our launch vehicles in future, we may be able to use them, especially for reusable launch vehicles. Okay. So that is the aim here. I hope it's clear now. सर प्लीज टेल सीएससी फॉर्म में कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट इशूइंग अथॉरिटी का फुल एड्रेस मांगा है और 10th 12th एंड ग्रेजुएशन के ऑल सब्जेक्ट्स का नेम्स लिखने हैं. हर्षित, give me some time about this. I will have to go through the OTR form for this and then I will tell you. Okay. So in the next class, I may be able to tell you more clearly about this, because for this I will have to go through OTR form once again. Okay. I will go through this OTR form and then I will be able to tell you, because this time there has been a lot of change. So I have to personally fill some one form and then only I will be able to tell you. because it's so different now. UPSC has made form filling also as an elimination round. Okay. So I hope this part is clear. Now, let's come to some of the questions which we can practice. So let's start with environment questions which we can practice from here. This is based on January 2024. First question is there. Which of the following correctly describes the purpose of biocredits? First one is saying a fund proposed for implementing biodiversity conservation under Ramsar Convention. Second is saying a fund proposed for implementing targets of Kunming-Montreal Biodiversity Framework. Third is saying a fund proposed for securing the patents of innovations related to biotechnology. And fourth is saying a fund proposed by IUCN for setting up global biosphere reserves. So this is one topic. ओके सर प्लीज प्रीलिम्स पर एक वीडियो बना दो कि कैसे फिल करना है वहां पे एंड अबाउट मार्किंग आंसर्स. ओके फाइन. So what will be the answer here? Question number 1. Biocredits. This is from the month of January and it is one of the popular topic right now, biocredits. If we look at this question, the correct answer here will be option B. Option B is a fund proposed for implementing targets of Kunming-Montreal Biodiversity Framework. So this is a proposal that similar to carbon credits, we can have a biocredit also. We can have a system of biocredit also. So this is option B, that is related to Kunming-Montreal Biodiversity Framework. So option B is the correct answer here. See the second one. Which of the following correctly describes the purpose of Green Cover Index? Which of them is describing the purpose of Green Cover Index? A metric that measures the health and density of green vegetation in forest areas of India. A metric that measures the health and density of green vegetation along the mega cities of India. A metric that measures the health and density of green vegetation along the protected areas of India. Or a metric that measures the health and density of green vegetation along highways in India. So question number 2. Question number 2. What is this Green Cover Index? What is this Green Cover Index? Okay. Answers are coming as option D. Okay, so that is correct also. I think everyone is going for answer D. So this one is of course correct. It is a metric that measures the health and density of green vegetation along highways in India. So option is option D. Looking at the third question, which of the following correctly describes the electrofuels or e-fuels? The fuels used in electric vehicles, synthetic fuel made from carbon capture, a fuel with no emission of carbon dioxide, a fuel developed from ethanol using genetic engineering. So here we are having the third question. Question number 3, that is electrofuels or e-fuels. Question number 2, which of them correctly describes the electrofuels or e-fuels? Okay, question number 3, I have got a few answers as option B, answer D also, A also. D option or B option? No one going for C option. No one is going for option number C. Acha, one answer from option C. Okay. Now see, if we look at this, the fuel used in electric vehicle, this is wrong. It is basically a synthetic fuel made from carbon capture. Remember this one part. It is not from coal. It is not from anything. The carbon, the atmospheric carbon is captured, and using that carbon, we are making a fuel. It also uses plus hydrogen. And in hydrogen also, we are mostly concentrating on green hydrogen. So basically it is about green hydrogen plus carbon which is captured from the atmosphere. So this B option is correct. Now look here at one of the option, a fuel with no emissions of carbon dioxide. This is where you don't have to get confused. When we are burning this fuel, of course there will be carbon dioxide release, but there is no net addition because this carbon was already in the atmosphere. We have captured it and then we are burning it. So there is no extra addition, but there will be emission, but no extra emission. Okay. So no net addition. Here it means that there is no net addition. Okay. But emissions will be there. So this is wrong. A fuel developed from ethanol, no answer. Okay, so answer here is option B, a synthetic fuel made from carbon capture. Okay, one more question. Which of the following is not correct with respect to snow leopards? They are found only in Indian subcontinent. They are listed as vulnerable in IUCN Red List. Ladakh has the highest population of snow leopard. It is the state animal of Himachal Pradesh. We have this question number 4. Which of the following is not correct with respect to snow leopards? They are found only in Indian subcontinent. They are listed as vulnerable in IUCN Red List. Ladakh has the highest population of snow leopard. It is the state animal of Himachal Pradesh. Okay, option C also, A also, D also. Now, if we look at this first option here is incorrect. It is found in China also, it is found in Kazakhstan also, it is found in Russia also, and many other countries. In fact, globally, China has 2000 to 3000 population. Okay. Now, they are listed as vulnerable. This one is correct. Ladakh has highest population of snow leopard. That is correct, 477. Here, of course, in India. Okay. So here in India, we have this 477 population of Ladakh. It is the state animal of Himachal Pradesh plus Ladakh. Okay, plus Ladakh. So both of them are correct. So option B, option C, option D are correct. Okay. If we look at this, they are found only in Indian subcontinent. That will be incorrect. This is found in China also, Kazakhstan also, Russia also. Globally, China has the largest population of snow leopard at around 2000 to 3000. Okay. It is listed as vulnerable. So all these three are correct. First one is incorrect. One more question, one last question from the month of January 2024. Okay. And the question is, which of the following is not correct with respect to reef building coral? They are found mostly near the eastern coast of continents in tropical areas. Corals can be found in shallow coastal region. Most of the corals in India is located in eastern coast. The corals can be found only in saline water. These corals can be found only in saline water. So question number 5. Yes, Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan also correct. Question number 5. One last question from January 2024 environment. Okay, one answer as C, one answer as B also, C also, C also, D also. D option. Okay, look at this. They are found mostly near the eastern coast of continents in tropical region. I think all of you know this one is correct. Corals can be found in shallow coastal region. This is a general statement, again correct. Most of the corals in India is located in eastern coast. That is incorrect. We are having it in Lakshadweep. We are having it near the Gulf of Kutch. We are having it in Maharashtra, Goa coastal regions. In eastern sides, there is influx of fresh water from Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Periyar river, all these. Okay. So on the eastern coast, there is no corals. On eastern coast of India, no corals. There are no corals on the eastern coast. It is simply because there is influx of water and sediment in this area. So no corals on the eastern. This one is wrong. These corals can be found only in saline water. Yes. Now remember one thing. Here the question is saying reef building corals, and here it is saying these corals can be found only in saline water. It will be correct. Okay. In general, normal corals which are not reef building in nature can be found somewhat in fresh water, but they are not regarded as corals. Generally, corals are found only in salt water. There are certain things which resemble coral, but they are not reef building corals. Reef building corals can survive only and only in saline water. So this fourth option is correct. B is also correct. A is also correct. C is the incorrect one. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Okay. Now, let's come to the announcement part. Yes. So last week I have said that we will have this marathon session of Indian geography. Okay. Now, due to some reason, it was not conducted in the last Saturday. There is also one challenge that if we are looking at this marathon, it will require 5 to 6 hours. And many of you are also having classes on Saturday in crash course also, in other batches also. So now we have got one solution for this so that everyone can attend these sessions. Okay. So tomorrow we will have an orientation session on this. Tomorrow in the morning at 8 a.m. Tomorrow in the morning at 8 a.m. we are going to have an orientation session of this. Okay. And there we will talk about that how we are going to conduct this. Basically, we are going to conduct it on 3 days, that is Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. We will have 3 sessions of near about 2 hours per week so that you can revise in a proper manner. Okay. Daily we will practice, like on 3 days, if we are practicing 30 to 40 questions, that will also be equal to 120. So without changing your syllabus, without changing your time or without giving 6 or 7 hours in one stretch, we can have 3 sessions in 1 week of 2 hours each. In the morning, when you are more fresh, when you are energetic, during that time, we will solve these questions so that this remains in your memory for a longer period of time. We will try to also align it with the crash course in the future, where suppose if you have completed some portions in the crash course, we will try to have questions on the basis of that also. Okay. So this is one thing which will be again helping you along with the crash course. The crash course is also going on. So we will try to cover those subjects which have been covered in the crash course. We will do the revision in that manner. Okay. So tomorrow at 8 a.m. we will meet here, and from Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday from the next week, we are going to have these sessions of revision. Okay. So this is one thing, like Nilu, the thing is in the evening there are so many other classes which are going on. That's why I was not able to get the time. Okay. And That is one thing which we are starting. Now, this is the question of the day. You have to mention which states have the largest coverage of mangroves, and second is country having highest area under mangroves. So these are the two questions of the day for you. You can mention them in the comment box. And in the next session, we are going to have questions from environment of Fab 2024. Okay. So in next session, that is tomorrow at 6 p.m., we will have these part. Okay. Okay. So yes, Gajla, I didn't get you, like, what is your challenge? Last day also I asked you to mention it in the comment box that what challenge you are facing. Last day also I asked the same thing, that mention your challenge in the comment box so that I can ask the team to go through it. Just mention it in the comment box there so that I can ask the team to go through it and tell you about the situation. Okay. So, okay. So let's meet you then tomorrow at 8 a.m. and in the evening at 5 p.m. Okay. Thank you everyone. Let's meet tomorrow then at the designated time. Thank you and take care. Okay. Gajla, whatever your challenge you are facing, I didn't see your comment in the, I didn't see your comment in that channel. What is the challenge which you are facing? Okay, just mention it once. Just mention it once in the comment box today, Gajla. I will ask the team to look into it, whatever possibility is there. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's meet tomorrow at the designated time. Take care and good night. Thank you.